Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into XRP. Thanks for your support, okay? Thank you to all the Patreons. Thank you for following us on Twitter. Thank you for following us on Instagram. Thank you for being a member of the Telegram group there as well. And big up to all the CoinsKid crew, okay? All over the world, wherever you are, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the content and you're finding it helpful and resourceful. Okay, so right now, just reassure you that you potentially, just like I've been outlining for the past few weeks, you're going through this, aren't you? It's basically clear now, isn't it? This is what's happening. This particular breakdown right here. You know, you just look at the past performance, not necessarily to guarantee future results, but you can see you're potentially at this part of the bull run, aren't you, where you're sort of having this sell off and you're coming back down, you're adhering to support right now. You can look at the wick underneath the 20 there, right there. See that little wick down? It's not quite come down to our targets right yet, but I think we're sort of 6 cents off, are we? I think it came down to 0.81 today or yesterday, I'm not quite sure. But we're almost there to our targets anyway, so just want to reassure you it's all good, okay? And if it does continue to break down, so be it, as long as you hold the 55, okay? In my opinion, if you start to see any of your projects lose the 55, just like down here, look, you lose the 55, it's a major signal that on the weekly, it's a major precursor to a bear market, in my opinion. So if you do look at any of your particular projects, okay, it is a bit of a signal, a bit of a sell and go to the beach signal, so to speak, that if you do start to see your project lose the 55 on the weekly especially, then you're looking relatively reversal trend right there, okay? I know we're having a breakdown and lots of people are saying we're in a bear market and things like that, and okay, we're in a bit of a downtrend, you can't get away from that, but all you're doing is coming back testing support. Everything was overextended, as I've already outlined, okay? Your EMAs are overextended on the weekly especially. Now look at how nice and healthy they're beginning to look for continuation right here for XRP and a lot of the projects out there you're involved in as well. So remember, when the market's greedy, be fearful, okay? And when the market's fearful, be greedy. And right now, the market is getting relatively fearful, isn't it? So these are like the optimal opportunities. And you know what? We may see even more fear from here. There's particular breakdown targets on Ethereum and Bitcoin that we're targeting. And unless Bitcoin does something, then obviously you're going to see that roll over. And immediately after the video yesterday, there was another breakdown. So it is adhering to some sort of resistance right now. And it has a destination, so to speak, the market in general. But yeah, we are still in a bull trend, and we're still in a bull market effectively, but we've not really had a correction for a very long time. And this is a relatively deep correction and much needed, in my opinion. The market was far too greedy. You had stuff like Doge going up and dog coins and all sorts of rubbish, you know, and shit coins effectively with no use case. So that's basically it, the market in a nutshell. Whenever there's extreme greed, step back and think, oh, I ain't buying them big green candles because I'm going to get big red dildos, aren't I? And that's effectively what people have got here, okay? And like I said to you yesterday, another indication is just go on TradingView and look at the ideas, okay? If you see an extreme greed and every single chart is analysis saying long, and it's at the top, yeah, it's looking relatively not the case, so to speak. And so that's basically it, XRP. You can see right now you're effectively repeating this. So as long as we can now adhere to these levels of support, you know, you may see a further correction right down to this yellow line. There is one particular EMA that you do need to pay attention to, okay? It's the 34 EMA on the weekly time frame here. This may be a place that you may see a level of support kicking for XRP if it does lose our level right now, because you can see you've wicked down below the 20 on the weekly. You're above it at the moment, which is good, because if you can see the week out above that, that is actually quite good. But if you do start to see XRP breakdown, come to your charts on the weekly, drop the 34 EMA in, okay? It's indicators, type in EMA just like that, and drop the moving average exponential in, go to the left and you'll see that it's dropped in, okay? EMA, go to settings, the cog, style whatever color you want, and write 34. The length is 34, okay? Then click OK, and that'll drop the line in. That is like the next critical level of support. Once you lose the 20 on the weekly, look for the 34 to step in as support, okay? So yeah, if you do start to lose this 0.75, you do see a further correction for XRP, do put some cheeky bids in down there as well, because that's where you may see that bounce, okay? So a lot of projects that when they're breaking down, they do tend to bounce off that particular target right there. Do you see that? So when XRP sort of came down here, wicked down, and then sort of hit the 34 and found it as support, and that's really, really solid confirmation that you're getting that level of support for continuation, okay? Like I said to you, like here, this blow off top when you went up too fast, you had the blow off top in 2018, I think it was, yeah, that's correct, and then it rolled over, and in a matter of weeks you'd lost the 20, you lost the 34, look, you're losing the 55, boom, bear market material right there. So right now you're holding support, you're getting a bounce up right here, and this is just playing out to the ABC correction right here, just like it did here. ABC, do you see that, before continuing up in that extra fifth wave right there for XRP before it blowed over in the previous bull market. So it's all good, I'm afraid. I know you don't want to hear that, it's all golden, and it is, but it is. It's golden. It's part and part of the cycle. The market was too greedy. It's rolling over. It's backtesting support. It's holding support. It's adhering. It's all good. Big thumbs up. And to each and every one of you that have been watching the channel, and the support that we're getting as well. That's amazing. I just want to thank you personally for that support and the comments, and the Twitter as well. The Twitter's absolutely blowing up right now. It's really good, and a lot of you enjoying the content on there, so we'll keep adding the content. So it's all good, onwards and upwards. So providing now we can continue, and we probably are going to consolidate for a little bit. I'm not expecting an immediate bounce right here, because again, you just look at this sort of consolidation event. Went up too fast, rolled over, consolidated before making that leg up, and that's potentially what you're looking at here for XRP. And again, like I said to you, if you do start to fall through these levels, these EMAs, especially the 55 on the weekly, that's your big precursor to a bear market right there, okay? And we've not got that at the moment. We are holding support. So right now then, what I'm anticipating for XRP is you may see yourself come up a little bit. It is dependent on Bitcoin, obviously. If it does come up and it's its head on that level of resistance, which is in the Bitcoin video, if you want to check that out, if it does start to roll back at that and comes back down to test that 28k swing low there, then do anticipate it's going to drag XRP down with it. But like I said to you, providing XRP can hold the support, you're golden for continuation. And this is what I'm expecting for XRP. Something like this, okay? Level of consolidation, potentially backtest support for a few weeks before we actually break out to the upside. Because don't forget, XRP is the only project that's sort of sitting in the wings and waiting on one particular piece of news, isn't it? So if that news breaks, that the XRP is not, the SEC's finished with it basically, and there's a settlement, and then it starts to get relisted on the exchanges, this is where you could see that monster third wave start to play, where you could see just XRP go on its own little bull run, okay? Ignore Bitcoin, ignore Ethereum, ignore any of them. XRP will stand aside and it will just absolutely go and melt faces, because it's got that catalyst, that rocket fuel is that set case, okay? And the relisting of XRP on exchanges as well in the US and all that kind of business will just absolutely send it into space, in my opinion. But again, not financial advice. So obviously, like I said to you, you've been hitting your head on a 0786 and multiple times. Remember that. If you keep hitting your head on resistance, you're going to roll, okay? Remember that in all your charting. Just look at the charts, you'll see resistance, resistance, roll, okay? Multiple tests of resistance result in a back test of support, effectively. You need to turn that resistance into support by getting through it, back testing support, continuation right there. So remember that, okay, in your charting. So XRP's basically done what we said it was going to do. So it's rolled, it's adhering to support, continuation for the next breakout, sorry, for XRP in this bull market right here, up to these levels. And we do anticipate that in this bull market, you're going to be looking at, the 1272 extension at least at $8.37, and obviously the overextension up there to those levels in this bull market. So I've seen a lot of technical analysis now catching up with this Elliott wave theory on TradingView as well. They're starting to lay down the same Elliott wave theory as me, and the Fibonacci retracement. So it's all good. You want that confluence across the board, and people are starting to pick up on the potential that XRP's got in front of it right now. So it's golden, effectively. So what I'm going to do is jump in onto the 4-hourly time frame for you and see what we can see, okay? Yeah, so just looking at XRP on the hourly time frame, then you can see it's hitting its head on this level of resistance right here, this channel that you find yourself in. It's a broadening descending channel basically, and that's where XRP finds itself in. You broke out of it, you're looking really good for upside, but obviously you got rejected. You rolled out of the support line right there, the horizontal triangle, which everyone was mega bullish about, okay? And then you can see you fell back into the channel, you've hit a level of resistance at the bottom right there, you've hit a level of support at the bottom right there, come back up at your head, rolled over, and right now you've created at the bottom of the channel just there. Do you see that? So this is right now where XRP needs to make the break. The level of resistance it's under is immense, okay? What you need to see for continuation for XRP and sort of get the hell out of here and continue with this bull market, obviously it needs to break this little resistance of this channel that it finds itself in. You see it's resistance, okay? But one of the most important things you can see first is getting above the EMAs. If XRP can get above the 20 on the hourly and then get back above the 55 without hitting its head, then you're going to tackle this level of resistance right here. So do look for that, because potentially right here, if XRP does do that, you're looking at a lovely little long of around about 20% for XRP, a nice little bit of upside for XRP today and tomorrow effectively. But at that point, do keep an eye on it. If you do get that pickup and you start to break these EMAs right here, then do anticipate that you've got to break that level of resistance right there of that broadening channel. Okay, because that's what the main resistance point at the moment is, keeping you down. Because if you don't, then it's basically you're still in a channel, you're still in a downtrend, because you're going to do something like this, come back down and potentially create that lower low. So you're still in this channel. Do you see that? Until you can break this resistance and break out and start to consolidate and start moving up, you are still in a downtrend, coming down to test lower lows effectively. So do come onto your charts, okay, and draw these trend lines into your chart effectively. And right now, one of the main confluencing factors of a breakout is get through the 20, come up, not hit your head on the resistance of the 55, because you can see since you've broke into this channel, you're hitting your head on it as resistance. Do you see that? So if you don't hit your head on its resistance, you backtest its support, you're looking relatively good to have a go at this level of resistance right there. And again, if you was to break that resistance, look for a lovely little long back into this channel up here, because that could be the reversal pattern right here. That could be it for XRP. It could be out of here, okay, and it could be marching onwards and upwards up to those highs that we've got. But so far, unless you see the break, you are in a downtrend. You're under the EMAs, you're hitting your head, and you know, with that, like I said to you, you keep hitting your head on resistance, you roll back to support, and you've already made this lower low here. So this little wick, but then this here and that there is still low. Do you see that? So you're still rolled over and you're doing something like this effectively. Okay, so yeah, we need the break, because it is being forced into some kind of move right now with XRP, because what you've got as well, you've got patterns within patterns. So just to outline right now, you've got this sort of broadening channel that's doing this, haven't you? You're caught in some kind of broadening channel, ascending channel basically, a descending channel basically. And believe it or not, when you break the level of resistance, you come up to where you formed it. So can you imagine the pump for XRP once it actually breaks out of here? It's going to be absolutely golden. It's going to be fireworks. Okay, you're looking at a mega pump of around 60% for XRP, and it'll happen just like that in a heartbeat. Okay, and that could be that news that we're expecting. So, but until that time comes, you are in a downtrend and you're under resistance, and you're coming down to test lower lows effectively, and lower key levels of support as well in this reversal trend that we've got on the go for XRP. So like I said to you, you are being forced into some kind of move just there, because this in itself is a broadening channel as well. Do you see this? You've got this start here like this, and you're sort of hitting your head on that, and then you've got this here where you're sort of funneling out, so to speak, just like the pattern you're in there on the larger time frame. You see that? So you're hitting your head, you're hitting your ass basically, and unless you can take the break, you're going to continue to do something like this in this channel. Okay, so you need to get the break, because if you get the break, you break out that level of resistance right there, again you're going to come up to where you formed it. Do you see this? So you could see the lovely little pump there for XRP. So come to your charts, draw this level of resistance, because if you do see the break and the break above the 20 on the hourly, you're looking at a lovely little, you know, 10% long. But I would imagine you're at least going to come up to hit your head and test that resistance on the 55, and that's like around about a 12% long opportunity right there for you. But again, obviously, if you do keep hitting your head, then do anticipate that you're going to come a little bit lower. And if you lose that bottom right there at 0.81, then I would anticipate that you're going to come down to the C wave right there, which is a minus 20% correction for XRP, a further correction, so to speak. And you know, that would be quite bad, to be honest with you, but it is what it is, unfortunately. But we've given you this particular target here as well, because that lines up with a 34 EMA on the weekly, and it is also a swing low. Look, do you see this? It's a swing high, sorry, just here. It's a previous swing high in this uptrend that you went up for XRP. Do you see that? So yeah, that's targets today for XRP. Okay, I can't really say much other than just keep an eye on the charts effectively on the hourly time frame. If you do start to see yourself getting above a 20, you're looking good for a bit of continuation, at least coming up to test the 55, and if you get through that, then you're looking at testing this resistance line once more in this sort of channel that you've got going on here for XRP like this. Do you see that? So that's XRP. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay tuned. I'll be back tomorrow with another update on XRP. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.